So shall we begin? Good, because we already have.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Hi.
There's you, John. Stop it.
Sorry.
Josh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Three Stooges used to do that. It was epic.
The Three Stooges were on WWE once too.
Huh?
They were on Raw once too.
Not the new. I'm not talking about the new.
I know, but I'm just
talking
saying
the
it happens.
original Three Stooges. Yeah, I saw that. I'm just not a fan of the new Three Stooges. I'm sorry?
Finish Raw still.
Huh?
Nothing.
Phoenix Rocksdale.
I didn't finish Raw.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
I stopped it at the beginning of the last match.
Ah. It's pretty epic. You need to see that. Yes.
So, and local news today.
Well, we might go to war with Iran.
Oh, we're going to war with Iran.
Well, I say might because you never know.
Oh, we're going to war.
Until they come over the TV and say we are at war with Iran, I take nothing for granted with our government.
I don't believe fucking news anymore.
Well, generally speaking, though, with the news, if, in my opinion, if they say, hey, we declared war, that's pretty much something that has to be based in fact.
Not necessarily. Yeah, but they don't have to tell us they're at war. They can delay it as much as they fucking want.
Well, this is true. This is true. Theoretically, we could already be at war and then not know about it for a while. I suppose. Would you like your beverage?
Oh, sure, thanks.
Alright, so. Sorry. Continue on about
Did you have... Oh.
No, I have another topic, but I just...
Oh, so what do you want to talk about?
We were discussing batteries earlier. And the reason the life of batteries is not lasting.
Have you noticed rechargeable batteries are not staying charged, and some are not taking charges? Have you noticed that? The shortening of battery lives. No? You haven't?
I said yeah.
Oh, you said yeah? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so like I was on Facebook yesterday and I saw all this. You know, like every other post was like, oh, my battery keeps dying. Steph said something about it. Melissa said something about it. So I went on and I was looking. I think it was Wikipedia. No, I can't remember where I read it. But there was a thing about electromagnetic fields killing rechargeable batteries, and I'm thinking if the polar. You know, we're supposed to do that polar flip today, or not today, but this year. That's going to kill the batteries, or could potentially kill all batteries. All electronics could go down. We could lose our entire power grid. So, yeah, if that happens, the world will go apeshit. So, the solution we came up with is that we are all going to band together, and since we'll probably be on foot because cars won't function anymore, so we're going to get together and have a mass exodus to probably your house. We're all going to come to your house, Josh, and
after Christy kills all the spiders
and holds up there. Yeah.
Oh, you'll never get rid of the spiders.
By the way, Christy's bombing your house.
Yeah, she's gonna bomb your house for spiders.
Why?
Because she found some big ass spiders.
Yeah, they've been in there for a long time. I've been saying that for how long now?
I know.
Yeah,
no,
but I
told her that
specimens.
too.
A huge specimen.
They're fucking huge.
I know.
Did
I not tell you about the one?
I was
like, you did.
I was like, yeah, Josh mentioned
but you didn't say
one in his room, and he threw a shoe at it.
So now I have a
to go in there for like 2 months.
Isn't getting close enough to get a specimen.
Oh no!
I'm destroying the spiders.
So I have specimens of these spiders. It's actually a mating. I have a mating pair. I have a male and a female.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one couple that will not breed anymore. they've already had 8 billion babies, but they're not having any more because they're in a little jar full of alcohol.
I tried to warn them.
Well, she said she was going to bomb the basement, and then I was telling your grandma they need to bomb the entire house, because if they're in the basement, you bomb it, they're going to go up.
Yep. Well, just like when you bomb the next 2 floors, then they're all going to end up in the attic. So, really, I don't know why they don't do this anymore, but they used to fumigate houses. They put like a big ass tent over the house and then fill the whole damn thing.
Because kids were going in there thinking they were bouncy houses.
getting irrevocably stoned off the top.
That or they think it's a circus. Yay!
Yay, it's a circus!
Like
it's
candy
a circus
clowns.
of death! Yeah, anyway. So, something else I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about a lot. We talk a lot about science, and I also like to talk a lot about psychology. So, from a psychological standpoint, I want to talk about, like the stigma, like the thing you're self-conscious about, like everybody has their own personal stigma.
I have a few.
I have a list myself.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I actually have like a fairly low self-esteem because I always, I'm very judgmental, of myself. Particularly like my abilities, intelligence, because predominantly I feel like a failure, because I fail at a lot of things. So that's kind of how I feel generally. And then I feel like everybody thinks I'm stupid and is too nice to tell me. So, because I make really stupid jokes and nobody laughs, and I come up with what I think is really nifty ideas and nobody agrees. So that's my stigma. I kind of have that, nothing never good enough kind of thing going on. So
I think you're nifty.
Thank you.
Darn Skippy.
Oh, thank you, Josh. I forgot to turn that off.
Well, and you were kind of going through that yesterday, and I was explaining that everybody fails every day at something.
Yeah.
No matter how minor, there's something, you drop something go right. There's always going to be failure every day. And he's like, oh, I'm a failure, and I'm like, by that standard, everybody in the world's a failure then. So
That is
my
the
little way
message
to
that we should be sending to everyone. You're all failures.
all freaking failures.
Everyone is a failure.
Everybody fails. That's why they came up with the saying, try again.
Right.
If at first you don't succeed,
The part that bothers me is for me particularly, is I feel like I fail at most of the things. Not everything. I don't fail at everything. There are a couple of things that I'm actually good at. Don't ask me what they are right now. But
a few things I can't mention on the podcast.
Oh. Anyway.
As everybody awkwardly smiles now, like, wow, Steph.
Yeah, really?
Like, okay.
So, went there.
But I do feel like I fail at most of the things that I try to do, or that it's just really stupid, and again, nobody is willing to tell me. So.
No, you are not like that person that goes on American Idol that cannot sing, and the friends just won't tell them. No, you're not that person.
I feel like I fail at most of the stuff I try to do. As far as self-conscious about the way I look, because ever since I hit 13, I've heard, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're not pretty enough, you don't dress the right way, therefore you'll never keep a man, no man will ever love you, blah 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 blah. And then came the lesbian jokes. Yeah, those are fun.
I don't think I would mind if somebody told me that no man will ever love you. Just saying, generally.
Yeah, but when you're a girl, it's different.
Right.
And
Yeah.
hearing it from your family.
Yeah. Especially when they're saying no man will ever love you, but several women.
Oh, no,
might.
no. They've actually went as far as to say no one will ever actually love you.
Not even women?
Nope.
Okay.
Pretty much, I'm not worthy enough.
Alright. We're having group therapy today on the Knowledge Cast.
I had group therapy last night.
I mean, my biggest thing is obviously my weight right now, because this is the most I've ever weighed, and it's really weighing on me. But yeah, I've just been having issues with the whole wonderful menopausal thing, and it's like no matter what I try, nothing's working. Want surgery, can't afford it. So everybody sent me money for my tummy tuck and lipo.
And see, the thing is, you don't really weigh that much. You don't weigh that much more than I do.
Yeah, I do.
Well, you don't weigh that much more than I did. Because back in January, we weighed the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean...
And I put on 15 pounds since then.
Right, but, I mean, take into consideration the current state of Americans. I mean, you have more than, 20% of America is 150 pounds overweight.
And I don't,
So.
honestly, Steph, I don't see you as overweight.
No.
I mean...
From the two girls who are 100 pounds.
Well, see,
I equal you two. Okay?
Well, okay, that
You
woman
two
at the
together,
movies
right?
last night with the belly shirt.
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
There's a difference. I'm obese. That's morbidly obese.
you're not obese.
Yes.
You are overweight, but you are not obese.
By the AMA standards,
Fuck the AMA.
I am considered obese.
By the AMA standards, I'm anorexic.
Well, yeah, because you're 97
Because
pounds.
you are anorexic. No, I'm sorry. I kid.
Yeah,
Love
by the
you.
way, weight's another thing that I'm...
Love you.
Because I'm not anorexic, I don't starve myself.
No, you eat.
I
yeah.
have an extremely high metabolism, and no matter what I do, I can't put on weight. I've always been like that. I've had my...
Well, you're a tiny girl, so...
Well, from the ages
You're
of
like
13 to
5'0"
18, I had my thyroid checked regularly every 6 months because my doctor was sure that there was something wrong. But my friends in high school actually told me that people would walk up to them in the hallway and ask if I was bulimic or anorexic or...
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no.
They never asked my friends. They just told me.
Oh, yeah?
My friends were like, no, go to fucking McDonald's with her.
Yeah, I cook for you all the time, so I know you're not anorexic. And I never hear you go in the bathroom to puke, so I know you're not bulimic.
Oh, darn, I forgot to do that.
Aw.
I say you eat like I do, so...
Anorexia is the one where you puke.
No,
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 that's
that's
bulimia.
bulimia.
You have anorexia nervosa and then
Anorexia
bulimia
is
nervosa.
where you just don't eat.
More to the point, it's a psychological conditioning to where when you look in the mirror, no matter how skinny you are, all you see is fat. It's actually it has become an extraordinarily prevalent.
Well, and
problem
typically, if a
amongst
girl
females.
suffers with one, they also suffer from the other because...
Well, I'm not even going to say typically. It's common, but it's just as common to have anorexia without bulimia. Generally, you won't have bulimia without anorexia because they're pretty much, they go hand in hand. But you can have anorexia without bulimia. Because some people just really can't bring themselves to puke.
Well, yeah, because back in school, when I was, 15,
I like
16,
food too much.
17, I just wouldn't eat. Or I would eat very small meals, a couple bites. I was on the bariatric diet way back in the day.
Yeah. Back before it was
I just
cool.
could not bring myself to throw up, though. No, that's just...
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, you also became addicted to exercise.
Yes.
So...
Because I did not want to get big, so I was just
You want to go?
I feel like I'm stupid and annoying.
Don't worry, I feel like that too.
You
That
feel
I
like-
am, not you. I should make that clear.
Don't worry, we all feel
Wording,
like you're
Melissa,
stupid and annoying.
wording.
I knew what you meant.
Melissa, these are all your green ones.
Oh, sweet.
More food for Melissa.
Janelle and I texted back and forth about that one day last week, so I knew she knew what I meant.
I got it.
But
So,
just so everybody out there in Cyberland knows, I'm not.
we all knew what you meant. We were just had to choose that moment to.
Let's see,
To jump on
Janelle.
it.
What's your GPA in college right now?
Last time I checked, a 3.6.
Yeah.
So not down by any means.
Yeah, no,
in
that's
college.
honors.
Let me say that again.
Yeah, working on your bachelor's degree, you're in honors. Pretty sure you're not stupid.
Yeah.
I think that is just academic.
Well, I think from knowing your family, I can see where she feels that way because they always I'm better than you syndrome and
Yeah.
constantly putting her down
Yeah,
when she's the only one that's actually trying.
I have heard of and been there personally to witness you being put down. So I understand that. So
But
what
yeah,
do you
we like you. You're not annoying.
what do you think you're annoying?
I don't know, I just feel like I'm annoying.
Oh, okay.
People shouldn't want to talk to me because I get on their nerves.
Which is ironic because I ask you all the time if I'm annoying, if I'm getting on your nerves. I ask everybody all the time if I'm annoying.
I've almost broke him of the I'm sorry.
That's a hard one to break. I
That-
still do it.
Yeah. It's,
I can't help it.
When we were first dating, every time, it wouldn't matter what it was. I'm sorry. You didn't do anything.
That's like... What was it? You told me my hand was cold or something because we were high-fiving and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and I like pulled my hand back real quick. He's like,
you
It's
don't
okay.
have to be sorry because you're cold. It's alright.
So, Josh, what's
What's
your
that?
psychological thing that you...
What's your stigma?
I feel like no one would care if I wasn't here.
that's really sad.
Yeah.
It's
It's extremely sad.
we would care. What do you think I call you all the fucking time?
Yeah, I'll say
Say,
this.
Josh, come over.
Wait, back up. What did I?
Okay. Sorry. Melissa walked out of the room for a
Oh,
moment.
okay.
Sorry.
So Janelle's, well, you heard Janelle's, and then Josh's stigma is that he feels like nobody would care if he weren't here.
I would care.
I would.
I've told you that before.
Well, she's psychotically obsessed with you, so you know she would care.
Well, shucks, thanks.
Love you. Love you.
She's like, nope.
Oh, denied. No love for Chuck. Come here, Melissa.
No.
Oh. I keyed. See, this is where we come into the whole thing that I really believe that I do annoy everybody because I make a lot of really rude, inappropriate jokes, and I apologize for that so much.
And I think it's funny that other people's families think that you're creepy because you like to hug.
Everybody thinks.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, not you, your family specifically, but I mean in general.
Everybody thinks I'm
My
creepy.
family
Wow.
said something, and I'm like, "How? Okay,
My dad
what
told
kind of
me
world do we
thing
live
yesterday.
in where the fact that somebody hugs somebody is creeper mode?"
Yeah, Mom went off on him.
So do I really? Am I creepy?
Not to me, no.
I don't think so.
Josh is shaking his head. Yes.
You're a little creepy.
I am.
It's not like
don't try to
it's
be
not the
creepy.
hugging. It's really not the hugging.
Oh, it's not. Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have a new stigma now.
It's not that. It's just some of the things that you do and the way that you do them. Like when we go out to the clubs, you're a little creepy.
Why am I creepy?
You're always just touching. It's always touching. It's always, hey, high five me real quick. Hey, high five. High
What?
five.
High fives are creepy?
Talking and no, it's not just high fiving. It's the way you high five. It just you seem like a creepy old man when you're sitting there. You're like, you can sell my love if you want. It's just weird. It seems creepy to me. It's hard to explain. It's just
Okay.
Josh, like, pretend I didn't say anything.
I'm not here.
You are here. It's your turn.
Yeah, we're still talking about you, buddy.
Yeah, we're talking about your stigma.
Yeah,
now.
we would definitely all
You
care.
creepy fucker. Yeah, I would care. Hell yes, I
Yeah.
would care.
Hey, what do you mean? How many times did I text you last night? We cared whether you were coming out with us or not, but no, you didn't want to. You had to have a go have your little meltdown.
Yeah.
Without your group of friends who care.
Oh, man.
See?
You went to have meltdown. Well, it's
I ended up
not a
having
group
my
of
own.
yeah, but it's
It was alcohol induced, but you know.
Oh, it's very-
And I'm not going to say it's not with that it wasn't with a group of friends who care, because you were actually surrounded by your other
Oh,
friends who I would assume do care.
Yeah.
Especially since one was family.
Yeah.
Well, family to me, not
Most of them
necessarily.
were family. Except
Yeah.
for 4 people, they were all my family.
Right on.
And that is my thing. That's my whole thing. I don't think my family wouldn't care. I think nobody outside my family would care.
So I don't get. Well, obviously I'm not in that part of that group because I am your family.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
apparently I'm chopped liver, so...
Never mind.
I've also noticed that you have a tremendous fear of offending people. Hence the whole one-day event thing. Little known fact, if you don't mind me disclosing this, Josh allows himself only 1 day per year, on this day, July 1st, to vent about all the people who give him shit all year long.
So,
What?
go on, seriously.
Okay. So, yeah, just 1 day a year, whereas I give people shit all the time. So, I'm continuously venting.
That's not, like, the way it is. It's not, I don't give people shit on this day.
You just vent about all this shit.
Yeah, you vent about all the shit that you have to take.
And that's not it either.
Oh, okay.
I don't take any shit today. I take shit all year. I do nothing about it. Ever. I will never do anything about it until this day. Today is the only day I will not take shit from anybody.
Good thing you didn't work today.
Yeah. I got fired. It's just, I don't like confrontation. I don't like making people angry. I don't like seeing other people angry. So I don't do it. And I used to never do it. This is only the second year I've done this, and it's just, it helps a little.
So this is your second annual Take No Shit Day.
Mm-hmm. It's just, I used to not do it, and it just got to the point where I would just burst on people.
Maybe you should do it more often, like a biannual.
Can't do
Or
it
that'd be
by
semi.
hand. I couldn't handle that. It really is hard enough.
So it's not like a thing where you're just fed up. It's a thing where you just reach that point where you feel like you can't allow yourself to take any more shit.
No,
Like
it's not that. It's just, if I don't let myself not take shit, I'll blow up on somebody. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody. It's not even for me, it's for everybody else.
Well, thank you for
Would like
doing
Josh
that
when
for the
he's
world.
angry.
You really, really wouldn't. I am a horrible person when I'm angry. I do things that I really should not, and people get hurt. I'm like the Hulk.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I take a certain level of shit, but once I've reached my threshold, I will not take any further shit. So, when I used to drink, my threshold was like far lower, almost non-existent, and I would just instantly fire back and just say the most absolute horrible, cruel thing that I could possibly think of right off the bat. Like, that was my conversation starter, and it was only going to get worse from there. So, yeah. I didn't have a lot of friends.
Well, see, I can understand where Josh is coming from, because I'm like that. I always would be the peacekeeper. But then I just get to a point and then I blow.
Yeah.
But I don't wait all year. I just randomly.
Yeah.
See, I have
you never
that-
know.
And I
when it's gonna
usually
come.
throw shit and scream and cry and go hide and then I'm okay.
Which is why I gave myself some years so I don't do that anymore. This year was very bad. This year was extremely bad.
You have a lot of blow-ups? Like, is
No.
that what you mean by bad, or?
No, like today, this morning, was one of the worst. Was the worst that I've ever blown up.
Who'd you go off on?
Katie.
You went off on Katie?
Yeah,
Why?
I went off on Katie, and then I immediately started crying.
Oh.
Yeah.
What'd you yell at her for?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
It was something minuscule and ridiculous, and it didn't matter. It was trivial, and it just set me off.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah. That's why I was in the car. I was calling her and apologizing again. It gets to the point where I want to do it with someone who understands. I'd rather yell at somebody that understands why I'm yelling than someone who's just like, God, what a fucking dickhead, you know? And it's what it's come down to. It's everybody's gonna think I'm a total asshole if I blow up once, and that's my whole thing. I don't want people to think I'm a bad person. I mean, I think I'm a bad person. That's enough people. You know, that's mine. That's my stigma.
Well, we don't think you're a bad person.
It doesn't matter. I think I'm a bad person, and that's the whole thing. I can't get over that.
I think we all, to some degree, think ill of ourselves. I mean, partially because, things that, our families put upon us, or our past friends have put upon us. Everybody has those toxic relationships, whether it be with family or friends, where you always have those people or that one person who you respect their opinion, but unfortunately they choose to use that power to bring down your self-esteem. And then that gets stuck in your mind, and then you feel like everything they have said is true.
You feel like a worthless piece of shit. Because
Yeah.
honestly, that's how I feel about myself. Because I've heard this stuff over and over, and, despite, there's always going to be that person, oh, just blow it off. I'm like, but when that's all you hear from somebody, it eventually seeps in, and you're like, well, it must be true.
Especially from somebody that you revere.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have heard from a lot of people in my life that I will never amount to shit, that I will fail at everything I attempt to do, so I should not attempt to do anything. But while we were talking, Janelle and I were talking one day about career day in school. You would go take the test, and my aptitude test said that I had an aptitude for science and for law enforcement. And the guidance counselor had this rubber stamp and stamped construction worker on my form. And, that was all I could ever do. That's all I would ever amount to, is a construction worker. And then one of my people that I knew in the past, her thing was that continuously saying that, all I would ever amount to was a stupid skid driver, and yeah. So far, that's really basically all I have amounted to, but I do have aspirations beyond that.
Well, when I was in high school, you know how your senior year, or, well, technically it's supposed to be junior, but, we all know the school I went to. But they call you in the office, and they're getting ready to, give you your transcripts and everything. And, they're supposed to ask you, well, what are your plans for college? Nope, they just hand me my transcript. There you go. I'm like,
I need to talk to somebody about
yeah,
college.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, no. And they're like, send the next student in. I'm like, and she's like, send the next student in. I'm like, okay, so, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Alright.
And people don't realize how big of an influence that the school administration will have if you have one group of kids that, are getting the college prep, the pep talks for college and this and that, and then you have another group
whose parents have money. That's what it was in our school system.
Yeah. And that's, unfortunately, that's what it is in most...
The star athletes.
Yeah.
And, you know, kudos for them, because, you know, a lot of them, that's the only way they can go to school is get a scholarship.
Right.
An athletic scholarship.
And some of them, that's the only reason they got into sports in the first place.
And, you know, if that's what they love and they work hard at it,
cool.
Awesome. But don't ignore those other kids who are sitting in the classroom going, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do after I graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Because we never had that talk. Our guidance counselors were not there for us.
Yeah.
They sat in their office and gossiped.
Mm-hmm.
If you went in there for guidance, they just looked at you like you're a fucking retard. They're like, what? I don't know.
Well, it's like, little known fact about me, when I was a kid, I was actually put in the special ed class because they thought I was retarded.
I was tested.
Yeah, I eventually got tested, but I had to spend 2 years in the special section of the school, which let me tell you how piss poor that area gets treated. That's where they put the kids that have no future, and it's dark and depressing. I mean, literally it's dark because they don't. You have half the number of light bulbs, you have half the number of pretty much anything that you can have half a number of, just simply to save money. That's where they save money, is in the special ed sections. If ever you hear of an educational cut, that's where it's going to get cut first. I mean, they cut electricity, down to the basics. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so 2 years in that, and then I got tested, and they found out no, not retarded, but learning disability. But they didn't have a name for learning disabilities, so they just said I was an asshole, basically. So yeah.
Actually, I guess what I'm going to kind of change my answer, sort of, but it still kind of ties in.
Or just add to. Yeah, that's cool.
I guess like my biggest insecurity, I honestly feel like people have no problem walking out of my life and like never thinking twice about it.
Yeah, separate. Well, that's again, Josh.
I'm like,
same thing. Yeah, separation. Well, it's not necessarily.
And I guess that makes me think. Okay, well, obviously everything else they've said is true because
they have no problem leaving me.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh yeah. I mean, well, it's like just about everybody in my life had. I don't know what Janelle's laughing at that.
Oh, she's laughing at something on my Tumblr.
Oh.
She's not laughing at the conversation.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I'd say probably a good 90% of the people that I've known throughout the course of my life have left my life and just really had no problem doing so. Or more to the point, they kick me out of their life. Because, yeah, I've been told to go away by almost every person I've ever known. Except for this group here.
I tell you to go away, I just don't mean it. So I'm sorry.
Yeah. But no, those people were actually serious about it. They were like, seriously, I don't ever want to see you again. Get out of my life. Go
or
die.
They just stop calling or...
No, usually for me it's always been a go somewhere and kill yourself kind of conversation.
With me, they just stop returning messages. Or like... Okay, I had a group of friends. They would, oh, well, I'm, doing this with my family, whatever. And, like, each of them would have a plan. And then 2 days later, when we were all hanging out, they'd slip up and be like, oh, yeah, the other night when we went to the mall. And I'm like...
Was that the same night that all of you said that you were busy?
I'm like, so... Okay. I'm like, whatever.
I catch someone in there. Oh, that's sad.
You do? Nice.
But then there's certain members of them when it's convenient for them to talk to me, it's my fault that they haven't talked to me. And I'm like...
Yeah. It's like, no, that wasn't me. That was me trying to get you to hang out and you say no. See, because I feel like, well, in the past, not so much now, but of course, now I still have that stigma, so, like, anytime I invite somebody to come hang out and they're like, no, I'm like, oh, shit, did I do something?
I do that too! I'll be like,
Right?
Or, like, if I haven't heard from somebody for a couple days, I'm like...
I did that to Barry once and I felt so bad. I didn't
What?
talk to him for like 3 days.
Oh, yeah?
And he texted me, he's like, are you mad at me? Are you still alive? I need to hear from you in the next 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm
Like,
so
I'll start,
sorry.
like, having a panic attack. I'm like, I have no friends, I hate my life, oh my god.
Well, it's like, every once in a while, and please don't take this as a reflection upon you, Janelle, but every once in a while, it's like I'll send you a text or something, say, hey, what are you doing? And then won't get a reply for like,
And then-
I don't know, 6 hours.
Then, like, I'll show up and he'll be like, have you heard from Janelle? And it's like, because she hasn't texted me back, and I'm like, dude, I sent her a text and she didn't text me either. I'm like...
Yeah, or like, the two of you will be having this, text conversation, I'll send you a text, or we'll have sent you a text like earlier in the day, and
Okay.
I'll say to Melissa, I was like, have you heard from Janelle? I haven't heard from her
And I'm like,
all
oh,
day.
yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, we've been talking all day. I'm like, oh.
Most of the time it's because I don't get your message, or I just forgot. But most of the time I get your message.
I know, I understand. And I get that, and I'm cool with that, so again, please don't internalize that as a reflection upon you, because I get that. I understand people get busy, and I believe me, I understand your memory. So,
Well, it was like the other day. I
So-
sent Steph's text, and like I never heard anything back. So like 3 hours later, I called her, and I was like, she was, didn't you get my text message? I was like, no. And she's like, I totally texted you. And I was like, I'm sorry.
See, that's yesterday when I texted her and she never answered. I was like, we'll just go. She's probably sleeping. Sure enough, like 20 hours later, yep, I was sleeping.
Steph?
Yeah.
Yeah. I,
Well, it was like today, she was texting me, like, and she would reply right back, and then I didn't hear anything for like 20 minutes. I was like, okay, she either got in the shower or she started cleaning. And then like 10 minutes later, I get a text, sorry, I started cleaning. It's like, yep, called it.
I have to go grab the boy child from work. And
okay. Is he going to come join us?
I do not know yet.
Well, he just got off work. He might be tired, so. Well, okay.
So, okay, love you all. I'll be back in a few.
Okay, love you, bye. But, yeah, I can't remember what it was from, but I read this line once. I think it might have been a poem. I don't really remember. But, it basically said, sometimes I feel like I'm standing in a crowded room screaming and no one can hear me. Like, you feel
I thought you were
alone.
quoting Titanic for a second, because in Titanic she says, I feel like I'm standing in a crowded room screaming and no one even looks up.
Well, I
was like,
think
yeah,
that
that's
line,
how I feel.
Well, see, I think that line actually came from this poem.
Which it probably did.
Yeah, and I think it was an Edgar Allan Poe poem,
I don't know, let
but
me
I'm not
Google
sure because somebody still has my book of Poe.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Well,
Have you
if-
read
if
it
he
at
wants-
I think so.
If he wants his back, I'm pretty sure I have the exact same one. So you can return his and then borrow mine and pick up right where you left off.
And you'll never get it back. I am so sorry. I forget
No.
everything.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I damn near have it memorized, but I say damn near because I can't remember what poem that line is from. But yeah, I mean, it feels like that sometimes. You know, you feel completely alone no matter where you are or who you're with.
And of course, I put it into Google, and all I get is Titanic.
It makes me think of One Tree Hill. There's 6 billion people in the world, 6 billion souls, and sometimes all you need is one.
Mm-hmm.
That's going on my wall, by the way.
Awesome. Janelle comes up with the most interesting things to put on her wall, and
You're gonna have like
Sometime-
a Peyton Sawyer room.
huh?
3 of the 4 quotes are One Tree Hill. I am so sorry.
No, I love One Tree Hill.
Oh,
I
for
s-
your wall?
I said she's gonna have a
That's
Peyton
cool.
Sawyer room because at one point Peyton's entire wall, her entire room is painted black, and I think it's like
that quote was on her wall.
I think it was like chalkboard paint, but the entire room was just covered in song lyrics and quotes. I wanted my grandparents to let me do that so bad, But
You were renting and...
no.
Oh, was this before you moved
It was
in
before
over
my
there?
grandmother passed away. I had always wanted to do it.
Mm.
But I was like 6 or 7 when we moved into this house, and I picked the ugliest ass peach colored paint, and that's what I want in my walls. Oh my god. Yeah, and my girl was like, no, you're stuck with it. Because she didn't like the color. So, to punish me, oh no, it's yours until your senior year. Then you can paint your room. Okay.
Nice.
And then I painted it some god-awful aqua blue. And I wasn't very detailed about it. I was just like, yay, no more peach!
He's like, I don't even care what this looks like, it's just no more peach. Dude, I had to live in a pink and lavender room, because I inherited my sister's room after they moved out, and I was 16. My rent was $150 a month, and I got used.
The only thing that's coming up is Titanic. I'm not sure what poem that's.
Hell, I don't know. I remember hearing it when I was young. It was way before Titanic came out.
It predates Titanic, but
yeah.
Of course, that's all that's going to come up.
Actually, until you mentioned it, I forgot it was in Titanic. But yeah, I mean, that's a quote that stuck with me throughout my entire childhood, because that's seriously what it felt like. And I even tested that theory a couple of times. I went into a room and just screamed, and really nobody paid any attention. Although usually I would get something thrown at me, told to shut the fuck up and get out. So... But yeah, I was, I had to rent this room, but I wasn't allowed to paint it. And I was like, ugh, hated it. So, anything you wanna chime in? Nope. I think he's catatonic. Hey, Josh. Hey! What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
You wanna jump in there? You got any theories?
Well, what?
What we've been talking about for the last, 45 minutes.
Oh, I've not been here for the last 45 minutes.
Okay. Right on then.
Yeah. I've been reliving painful memories.
Yay! Painful memories! Got tons of those.
Yeah.
I think we all have tons of those.
No, it's not even tons of them, it's just the one memory. Just swimming around my head. Actually fucking pissed me off.
Well, if you feel like sharing, awesome. If you don't, then that's cool. I get that.
It's not going to make any sense to anybody but me. Like,
have you ever actually...
It's not going to seem painful to anybody.
Well, that doesn't matter. What matters is that it seems painful to you.
It's the memory of when I moved in with my cousin Kylie. And I had just found out that my girlfriend was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And we were painting my room blue. And we were replacing it because it was purple. We painted it blue. And she wrote Lily on the wall. And that's just the whole thing that's been running through my head. I grabbed her and we kissed, and then that's where it stops, and it just replays. And it just replays and replays.
And I know why it became painful, because she ended up not having the baby, and then
cheated on me.
Cheated on you, and dumped you, and dogged you, and yeah. I get why that's a painful memory.
It's extremely painful, and it won't go away. So that's the thing. So that's what I've been doing. What you guys been talking about?
Well, actually, we were talking about painting, so I think that's part of our conversation influenced part of your thought process.
Sorry.
It's alright. It's actually a good thing to get all this, to talk about it, get it out. Understand that you're not as alone as you feel. Janelle with her feeling like she's annoying the shit out of everybody, because I obviously feel that way myself, because I ask everybody all the time if I'm getting on their nerves. And a lot of that's because, again, all my life, people have told me, hey, you get on my nerves really fucking bad. You need to leave my life. You know.
I just stay quiet.
You do get rather quiet.
Just stay quiet.
Socrates once said, it is better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. So, just like with Melissa's feelings of worthlessness, I share that as well, and the feelings of failure. Because when I mentioned that, she mentioned that she stated that she felt the same way. So, yeah, we're all fucked up and dysfunctional. Woo-hoo!
And I honestly,
And I'm giving some creepy high fives right now. Give me a creepy high five. Come on.
Do it.
Creepy.
and I honestly want to, like, ask people, you know, what makes
Sorry.
it so easy to just walk out of my life and never think twice about it, but I'm too much of a chicken shit, so.
Well, part of that, and I get where you're coming from there, and I think part of it,
Thank you, Chad.
the fear of asking that question is not just, you know, the confrontation of asking the question, but it's the answer. Yeah, exactly. And I think we've all felt that. Right on.
This is the saddest podcast.
It is. It really is. It really is. So, you know, so we're going to quit depressing the shit out of ourselves.
Everybody thought I was such a happy guy until this podcast.
Yeah. Huh?
So I bet you everybody thought I was such a fucking happy guy until this fucking podcast.
Well, actually, you had mentioned before that, like, one of the reasons why you enjoy My Little Pony so much, because I said happiness annoys me, and it really does. It's not like I'm, you know, an excessively moody guy or excessively happy guy. Just excessive happiness. I can't stand to watch it. It really gets on my nerves. But you feel as though you need that. So, because you don't feel that excessive happiness and joy most of the time, regardless of the situation that you're in. If you don't mind me quoting or analyzing some of the things that you've told me in the past.
That's fine.
But I have gained the impression, anyway, that that you crave that joy. Obviously, everybody does. But no matter how happy a given situation is, you feel like you lack the ability to share in that happiness. And that comes back to feeling alone no matter who you're with.
Yeah.
And that is I would consider that as a psychological stigma. You know, I mean, but you can pretty safely say that almost everything that you have psychologically going on inside you comes from your childhood.
None of this comes from my childhood. I had a very, very happy childhood.
Okay, then. So, obviously, that's not going to work in every case.
All of my insecurities and stigmas come from the last 4 years.
Right on. Mine have been deep-seated within me for the last 35 years. So, yeah, because...
I can only imagine how fucked up I'm going to be at 35.
Try 50. By 50, you should be in a bell tower with a sniper rifle.
I don't even think I'm going to make it to 50.
So you're going to do that's your plan for 35? What's your 20-year plan? Be at the top of a bell tower somewhere with a sniper rifle. I know Jacob will be. And I'm going to be his main target. Because I give that boy more shit than is humanly possible to accept.
He's a good kid.
He is a really good kid. Jacob, if you ever listen to this, we all love you, bud. You're awesome. Kicking ass. Taking names. Just don't get anyone pregnant. So, don't be a fool, wrap your tool. Alright, so I think we're going to end this the world's most depressing podcast for today. You want to send us out with a quote?
Oh, sure.
What's this one here?
It says, most people are stronger than they know. They just forget to believe in it sometimes.
There you go. So, yeah. Appreciate your own strength, and there you go. Group therapy is over. Later.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.